Yama! It's me, Jack, and I'm back for another episode of Newsbreak. Making history on the International Space Station. Aussies heading to the polls on May 21st. And celebrating the weekend's big footy grand finals. But first, why don't we celebrate this show by clicking subscribe? Woo! The first all-private astronaut team has arrived at the International Space Station. They'll take part in a week-long mission living alongside the station's regular crew. Here's Gladys.
7 Commander Tom Marshburn making his way down, and there we are.
You're looking at the first all-private team of astronauts to visit the International Space Station. That means they paid to be here. One of them is an ex-NASA astronaut and the other 3 are billionaires. It cost them $71 million each to take part in this mission. It's a collaboration between companies Axiom and SpaceX.
We're like early days of internet, and we haven't even imagined all the possibilities, all the capabilities that we're going to be providing in space.
They'll spend a week living alongside members of the ISS. That doesn't mean they're not taking this seriously though. They've done around 700 hours of training on things like safety drills and even learning how to meal prep in space. They'll also be conducting lots of experiments over the course of the week. Eventually, Axiom plans to have at least one person living full-time in the space station. It's also working on its very own standalone space station for when the ISS is retired in 2030. For now though, this crew is just excited to be along for the ride.
Prime Minister Scott Morrison has announced we're having a federal election on May 21st. That means anyone over the age of 18 and enrolled to vote will be heading to the polls soon to decide who should lead the country. Scott Morrison and opposition leader Anthony Albanese will spend the next 6 weeks campaigning.
It's a choice between a government you know and a Labor opposition that you don't.
I'm ready, we are ready, and Australia is ready for a better future.
Let's hear from another winner of Takeover Melbourne, Vignesha. She tells us about her hobby of learning national anthems. Check it out.
Since I was 8, I've been teaching myself to sing the world's national anthems in their original languages. You might think it's a strange hobby, but I love how each anthem gives you a window into the culture, people, and history of a country. I've learned 38 anthems so far, with the aim to learn them all. The way I teach myself an anthem in a foreign language is by mimicking YouTube clips and watching pronunciation videos over and over. Once I learn the lyrics, then I dive into the research, working out what everything means, connecting with their culture. And then I usually run out to tell mum and dad. Did you know that the Dutch anthem is written in first person and pledges loyalty to the King of Spain? Whilst the Spanish anthem has no lyrics as they couldn't get a consensus on the words, and the Japanese anthem is the shortest to sing with only 15 words. What?
Where you get all these facts from?
One day, I want to visit all these countries. I look forward to continuing this journey of learning every national anthem. Only about 150 more to go.
It's been a huge weekend of sport, so let's celebrate with some of our favourite moments. It's hard to go past a comeback grand final win.
And the Dragons, inside 90 seconds, open the scoring on grand final day.
The Dragons got out to a strong start in Sunday's NRLW grand final, but the second half was a different story. The Sydney Roosters bounced back and completely ran away with it. They came out on top 16-4 to claim their first ever NRLW premiership. Oh, and have we mentioned the Shooting Flames? The Adelaide Crows had to settle for mere streamers when they lifted the AFLW Premiership trophy on Saturday.
Steps up. And the dominant force becomes a dynasty.
The Crows defeated the Melbourne Demons 29-16 to take home their 3rd flag since the comp began back in 2017. Finally, Formula One is back in Australia.
And the Australian Grand Prix is go.
And fans in Melbourne were pretty happy about it. A record-breaking 419,000 of them went along. They probably weren't as happy as Charles Leclerc, who claimed his 2nd win of the season in Sunday's race.
This one means a lot, clearly.
Aussie Daniel Ricciardo finished in 6th, his best result so far. Well, speaking of races, it's time for me to race on out of here, because the show's over. But we'll be back tomorrow with more. We'll see you then. Oh, and race to the subscription button and press it, so you get notified of things.